I need to share this. I read a social media post recently, and it was about the men who were acclaimed. They were acclaimed to the ones who created the images. They created the images of Tyrannosaurus Rex. And blooming, what's the name of that one with the two horns? I'm going back to like being a child in the school and they're teaching you about the dinosaurs. Now, these people, these two guys, probably somewhere on Google search. I'm not going to get into it, but it kind of made sense to me now, having the Ruach of Truth. People who created the story, they created the images of these things, you know, teaching them about dinosaurs and space. It's what I'm trying to say. So, key, the point is, this came from a post, and a post that we think talking about education. If we're not educating the people of Yahuwah, the Ruach, we're being educated by what the world has been teaching us. And then all of a sudden, if you're believing like this, like you're believing well, when they come along and say, oh yeah, you know, you've got to take these vaccinations and jabs, you've got to take them, because otherwise you're not going to be safe. You're not going to be, and you're like, yeah. Because you can't see, not understanding the scriptures explaining the world is being led by evil power. So people say, oh yeah, but hold on a second. Like, if there's a God, this is what people say, if there's a God, why is there so much war? Why is so many people dying? Why is there so much suffering? And we're just pointing them to the word of Yahuwah. The scriptures is explaining the reason why. Because our Creator, the one that gives us life and life abundant, the one that gave us life and the one that restores our souls and gives us shalom and peace and goodness and favor, He is not the power that controls the earth at the moment. Not until the new earth is coming. It's being prepared. A table is being prepared. The new Arats is being prepared. It's the new Yahushalam. This isn't the new Yahushalam. This is Hashatan's world. Hence the reason why the people who are in control are full of spirits of Hashatan. If you were to preach for 1,000 years, a lot of them would never ever bow down and worship Yahuwah. So this is the reason why when we talk about education, we have to be talking about education of Yahuwah. It's very important, Yahusha, because they are the keys to receiving the Ruach from the Shemaim. As I explained before, if we were to now go to the Shemaim, and we were to start using pagan terms, and these terms that we've been used to using in the Arats and the earth, those names wouldn't be known. They're known on the earth, but they're not known in the Shamayim. This is why we are the messengers. We're the connecting messengers, the messengers that are coming directly from Shamayim, to bring the news and to bring the message into the Arats. One or two people may wake up, but it's the doctrine that we've been fed. We've been fed, you know, that you don't need to follow the commandments, and you know, and the far, like your scriptures, Yahushua said the two most greatest commandments is love Yahuwah Eluah with your whole heart and whole mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. The two great commandments. Loving Yahuwah with your whole heart and whole mind, you first got to come to know who He is. Rejoice in Yahuwah and be glad, you righteousness. Sing, all of you who are upright in heart. Tahalim 32 and verse 11. The eyes of Yahuwah are on the righteous, and the ears are attentive to their cry. The face of Yahuwah is against those who do evil, to cut off the memory of them from the Arats, the earth. The righteous cry out, and Yahuwah hears them, and he delivers them from all of their troubles. Yahuwah is close to the broken-hearted, and saves those who are crushed in Ruach. Isn't that beautiful? He saves those who are crushed in Ruach. We never give up hope, but we do have to have discernment. And the education, this was just a topic that Ruach brought us to in this Yom. Education has got to be on Yahuwah. Yahuwah's Torah, Yahushua HaMashiach, the Ruach HaKadosh, life, the living water. This is what the education has got to be. The education has got to be so that we can grow in Kadash Ruach. Zechariah Yahu said 1/3 of the house of Yasharal will be brought through the fire. 2/3 will be cut off. 2/3 of the house of Yasharal will be cut off, it says, Zechariah Yahu, and will be thrown into the fire. Tahlim 35 is another warfare, Palal. Contend, O Yahuwah, contend with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take up shield and buckler. Arise and come to my aid. Brandish spear and javelin against those who pursue me. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. You know, we're going to be looking at the Arats is fixed and immovable. We're going to be looking at earthquakes, how they shake the earth, but the earth does not move. We're going to be looking at paths are straight and not curved. We're going to be looking at waters have a face on a geometrical flat surface. We're going to be looking at the sky has a face on a geometrical flat surface. We're going to be looking at the Arats has ends. Like, have you ever heard the term to the end of the earth, the end of the Arats? This is powerful revelation. You see how Abba works? We weren't, this isn't planned. This is new sun moves and not the Arats. We're going to be looking at high altitude perspectives. We're going to be looking at the moon has its own light. We're going to be looking at firmament and dome. Over 240 scriptural verses referring to a geocentric, stationary and flat Arats, flat earth. We're going to be looking at it, gaining more knowledge, more wisdom, understanding and revelation. Yad Yahuwah. Hallelujah Yahuwah. At the education of the Most High. Let's continue to understand who he is, Yahuwah, Most High, his name, the importance of his name, the importance of Yahusha's name, the commandments, the Torah, Yahusha's name, we palau, Abba Yahuwah, that the education will always be, you'll always be guiding us to learn more truth. And reject the truth. Unlearn to relearn. Allow us to walk on the path of continuing.